Welcome back. Thanks for joining us.
We're almost at Litchfield National Park.
In the NT. Still got a few things to see though before we get there. So in this episode we'll show you Litchfield National Park and a little bit of the surrounds. So come for the drive. We're going to be free camping here at Wangi Falls, which is about 20 k's from Adelaide River. The road in from Adelaide River is all bitumen, twisty and a bit bumpy, but it is all bitumen. And then when you get here, it's a dirt track into the offshoots to camps. So this one here is the largest area for caravans and the flattest. We'll just drive a bit further down this track and see what there is down a bit further. So we've pulled into the campsite here at Wangi Falls, found our spot. Just got to reverse back to the main road, and he's going to try and get under those trees there. And the water is just over here a little bit more. Big wide line. You're all right. It's fine. Going up. Righto, I think we're in. Let me check level. Going up. Yep. Perfect. So we're camped a couple of 100 metres down the track. This is now the entry to Wangi Falls. Go and see if we can have a swim.
Someone shot the snake.
Somebody shot the snake. It's a bit of rock hopping. This is only just the start. So you follow the creek to the walk to the falls, but it is it's a narrow path. It's quite a pleasant walk. Bit rocky, bit sandy. So it's proving to be a little bit more difficult than what we thought. Still travelling alongside the river, but some rocks going through the river. We think this is the way. We see the waterfall, so we must have been on the right track. Well, that is pretty. Oh, well, it is a beautiful waterfall. We didn't have a swim because, to be honest, it was tricky enough just climbing up the rocks to get photos with our level of fitness. You know, the young'uns are up there. We're a bit past that. But it was a nice walk, but definitely enough rock hopping for us. So there's decisions being made right here, because I want to sit in this creek with my chair, but it's a bit deep. Chair's going to get saturated, and I don't fancy sitting on my bum. So I don't know what to do. Looking at the fish, hoping Glenn might be going to find an answer for me. You found me a stool, doll. Plastic one. Thank you. The other little problem is that we did potentially see a snake in the reeds here earlier, so I won't be sitting close to the edge, I can tell you that. Okay, I have my plastic stool and keep an eye out for snaky. Alright, I'm off my stool. In the top pool before the waterfall. Whee! So this is the fella that we thought might have been a snake. He's a pretty decent sized lizard in our swimming hole. This is our nice little camp spot here, but there are a lot of caravans and campers around on the riverside and even across the road on the other side as well. But there are lots of little nooks and crannies that it does hold a lot of vans. Just that one there where Glen is a bit unlevel. Here he comes, Hercules. It's always good when someone's left some half-burnt logs on the fire. We can finish them off. Or we're cooking some steak on the barbie and listening to the waterfall. Really pretty location. We've moved on from Robin Falls. Robin Falls is a very popular free camp because it's outside of the Litchfield National Park, so it is free. So we just found it was a bit too crowded. So we've moved on here to Adelaide River, camping behind the pub. Isn't it beautiful? Green and shady. Pub feed later too. We're going in search of... It's a war era road, 1940s, where they used to make the ammunition out of Adelaide River. Glen's on a mission to find it. Well, we found it. They don't get many visitors here. That road in was very neglected. We even had a tree in front of us to dodge. We'll get some firewood on the way back. But this is Snake Creek, World War II historic site. Made the ammunition here.
Yeah, well, the railway used to run straight past it by the looks, and that's a bomb shelter. There was a few of them built into the hill, and fair few store rooms, and where they actually made the cartridges.
Oh yes, you can still see the rail track, can't you? Yeah. Going past the front of the shelter. Do a cooee. They're taking a walk a bit further down the railway line, and there's these big concrete walls. Right on the railway line might have been the siding. Some drums. Relics of stuff everywhere in the bush up there. So apparently this is where all the 303s came from for the war. It's all making sense now, because the Adelaide River pub is the 303 tavern. So we've been good Samaritans and cleared the road a little bit and got some timber at the same time. Much easier to get through now. We've come to the Adelaide River War Cemetery, which is about 1 kilometre from the pub campground.
I lost many friends during the war. Some were in training, some were in combat.
I've seen this Japanese dead soldier there, and he had his wallet picking up, and I picked it up, and he had his wife and family there. And I thought, you know, he's got a family, and we just shot him. And he was just the same as could have been me shot there.
There are over 400 servicemen and women buried here who were from northern Australia and died during World War II. This area is for civilians who were killed during the bombing of Darwin in 1942. These graves here all worked at the post office. post office bombed, 9 people dead. These graves here are more that died on the 19th of February 1942 in the bombing of Darwin, along with the post office workers. And then all the other graves you see up here are people who died afterwards as a result of the bombings of Darwin. That was a really short walk from our campsite to the pub. So the owner of this pub here in the Adelaide River also owns the Daily Waters pub. Story here of the 2 pubs. We've got Jock over here. Jock the Croc, eh? So Jock is a 5 metre and was caught at Burralula near the boat ramp. He's a decent size, isn't he? So we come into the pub for the $4.50 drinks for happy hour.
Well, yours is $4.50.
Well, the Coke was probably nearly the same.
Sweethearts walk by together, and I still miss someone.
So we've made it to Litchfield National Park. Yes, we're here, Glenn. Thank you very much. Of course, you need your National Park pass for here, and buy it before you come. We've just had people, we're trying to help people here who are trying to buy their pass now when you're already in the National Park and there's no service. Campsites need to be booked in advance. So we've got a booking at Wangi Falls campground. Not sure if that's how you say it. But that's where we're heading now to set up camp, and we've got a few days to explore this national park. We've stopped off here on our way to camp. The giant termite mounds. They're magnetic termite mounds. We're interested to know why.
That's because they're all aligned on a north-south axis. The termites that make them are found nowhere else on Earth.
Fair dinkum.
Supposedly.
And why does north to south make them magnetic? It doesn't say that.
Well, it's like parking your caravan with the south side facing where your fridge is.
So the termites don't want their mound to get hot.
Well, they'll have a warm side and a cold side, cooler side.
Clever things. Now, I was wondering how long they take to build them. This one's 50 years old. So they're actually a lot faster at building them than I thought they would be. 50 years old. And that would be... Oh, what do you reckon, Glenn?
Pretty tall.
You stand right up against the rail there. And like you're what?
1.75.
1.75. So there's half a metre before you start to, it'd be 6 metres tall, Glenn. You can get close up to this one.
Can I?
Like a big tree.
It's a big tree. It's a big tree.
They're all inside, aren't they? If you hug it.
Yeah, I can hug it. It's a bit dirty.
Yeah, you get filthy. We've set up camp here in our campsite at Wangi Falls. It's a nice sized site, and it's nice and shady too. We've been sitting under this tree here, just about to go for a walk. Pretty fancy place. I think that might be an ice cream stop. You've got Buffalo Bill, Glenn. Gonna eat his nose. I like a paddle pop, and it's always chocolate. Chocolate's my favourite. So I knew that they'd closed Wangi Falls to swimming seasonally with crocodiles, but that looks like it's a permanent sign, which is a shame. We swam here last time, it was beautiful. Looks like we won't be swimming this time. Well, national parks are here putting up a new sign as we speak. Caution, look at that fall though. So they do suspect that there are crocodiles, or at least one, still in the falls, and this is near the viewing deck. So there's a pig hoof hanging in there, ready for him whenever he gets hungry. And that's why we can't swim. We don't want him to be hungry on people. Moving away from the falls, there's this little boardwalk. We've been told not to do it in the heat of the day, so just going to do this shaded part for now. That looks perfect. Treetop deck, 300 metres. And then there's the loop walk, which we won't do now. It is the middle of the day. So we're walking through the bats. They're noisy. And there's water escaping from the forest in so many directions. Little creeks and streams everywhere. And look what we're going up now, to the treetop viewing deck. It's another 800 metres to finish the loop, although you don't get views of the falls or the plunge pool from the top, and it's quite steep and rocky in places, so we won't do that in the heat of the day. We'll turn around and come back the way we came. We're very close. We're in a really good site here at Litchfield. It's nice and shady, but it's a little bit too shady for the solar. So Glenn's going to do some work.
Just a little bit of maintenance going on. Well, it's actually making an auxiliary solar charger for the truck, so I can put the solar blanket on the windscreen.
Florence Falls we're at today. There is a lookout and a plunge pool which you can swim in, so we'll go and check out the lookout and see if we're brave enough to go down to the plunge pool or not. So we found a little tiny snake on the walk to the falls.
Yeah, he's tiny, right?
He's very tiny. And what is he trying to eat? He's trying to eat something.
He's got a frog in his mouth.
A frog?
See his little back legs?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, we'll watch that go down his body. So this is the lookout here, Florence Falls. They're flowing beautifully. There is somebody in there. It's a long way down, which means a long way back up. So he's now... Gee, the frog's a fair way down his... We've been gone probably 10 minutes. He's having a dance now, digesting his frog. We've decided to go down to the plunge pool, come back to the car to get GoPro, towels and a noodle. So we'll see you down there. We're here at Booley, and on the sign it explains about the rockhole frog.
Yeah, rockhole frog can skip across water, but that might have been the guy that we saw was
Getting eaten by the snake.
snake, yeah.
5-cent piece size, sounds about right.
Yeah.
So this is Booley Rock Pools. You just find a rock somewhere to sit on, or a plunge pool like just down here. This is a turn off on the way back from the rock pools tabletop swamp. And you know how much Glenn loves his birds. We're on a hunt, bird hunt. And there is some beautiful water lilies through there. Apart from that crow, I bet there are some nice birds if we hang around. Glenn's gone into the swamp land there, searching for birds, so while I'm waiting for him I've got the bushman's out. Heaps some Aussies here, but I've got the map out because there's a lot of places unfortunately closed in Litchfield, so probably half the things that we wanted to do, because we like to do the things that not everybody does, and they're the things that are closed. So, you know, the Lost City, the Blythe Homestead, and of course you can't swim in Wangi Falls. And last night Glenn was taking nighttime photos of the falls. He came back from his walk, said he saw red eyes in there. So I suppose I'm not sorry that we're not swimming in Wangi Falls, but just trying to work out what to do tomorrow, because everything we'd planned to do tomorrow was closed. Well, the access to the Lost City is closed. They're doing a controlled burn. But this is a bit of a sample of what the Lost City would be like. It's just on the side of the road here, on the main Litchfield Road. So this is as much of the Lost City as we will see this time. There's a hawk, a kite. He's been watching us have our bacon and egg breakfast. And he's flying so close, like he can smell it. He got it. That was only a corner of a sausage, guys. All right, he's going to have another go. Did he get it?
Yeah.
Today we've come to the Tolma Falls. There's quite a few little walks around here. This is the viewing deck at Tolma Falls. Pretty impressive structure. This viewing deck doesn't really look over the falls. Gives you a nice view over Litchfield National Park though. This one's going to have a better view, can hear it. So now we'll take the creek walk. So this creek walk is like walking over lots of those black rocks, like what I imagine the Lost City would be like. So we can finally see the creek. We've been hearing it for quite some time. It looks lovely down there, but it's no swimming. So there's an orange-nosed ghost bat which lives around here and uses this creek, which is why no people are allowed. Humans might cause that bat to become extinct if they use that creek too. It's a hot old walk. Yeah. So we're almost out. A lot more of these black rocks and cycads at this end of the walk. It's been hot. Yeah, I think that's enough walking for us today. Glenn thought they were very dry, but they're not, apparently. Oh yes, they're soft and fluffy. Weird, hey?
That was a hot walk. Yes, it's a bit hot coming around here. Black rocks don't help. But it's a sanctuary for the orange leaf-nosed bats and ghost bats. Leaf-nosed? Yeah, there you got an ugly snoz.
Well, we're glutton for punishment. We're going to do another walk. We found a cool breeze and we had lots of water, so we feel better now. I'm going to do a little creek walk through Green Ant Creek. Green Ant Creek. Another clear creek. This is the nice green section of the walk. Once you get further in, it becomes like a woodland walk, which is out in the sun. We're going to stop there, just do this pretty part that's a bit shaded and turn around and come back. Just wondering if this is the guy that we saw at Wangi Falls in our water hole. So we've reached the edge of the monsoon forest and we will be entering the savanna woodlands from here. So if you continue that way, it takes you on an incline to get to the top of the waterfall that you can swim at. But we are doing a U-turn to stay in the shaded monsoon forest walk. And there's birds in here too. Glenn's bird ear is on alert. Well, guess what? Guess what happened?
What's happened?
Yesterday, they opened swimming at Wangi Falls.
Yes. And no one's been taken for a crocodile, by a crocodile.
Well, no, those little eyes that you saw, they must have been freshies.
Must have been freshies, yeah.
Yeah, nice little ones.
They were little ones.
Friendly ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look, this is where I filmed 2 days ago, where it said swimming closed. Lucky us. So look at this area now. So much prettier without a fence around it. So I trust Northern Territory National Park, because they got it right, haven't they, about the crocs?
There's plenty of other bait in the water too.
Anyway, wish us luck, guys.
Well,
That wraps up another episode.
yes.
Look, we've had a great time here in Litchfield, even though most of the things were closed that we wanted to do. Well, not most of them, a lot of them.
Yep.
It turns out if they had been open, we would have needed more time, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't been this wet since my christening.
And the swimming was beautiful.
Yeah, just floating around.
But not just in Litchfield, those few days beforehand as well. We had a great time. Wangi Falls and Adelaide River.
Yep.
You loved the ammunition.
Oh yeah, it's Snake Creek
Snake Creek.
ammunition
Secret ammunition
facility.
manufacturing.
Yeah.
So it's been a great time on this episode, so we hope you've enjoyed it too.
Like and subscribe, please.
That would be fantastic. And we will see you on our next episode. Going north still.
Yeah, still going north.
See you then.
See ya.